Okay, now we're going to look at topics we'll be covering. First, what does the DOM actually represent, right? In relation to CSS, the HTML, and the JavaScript, of course. And you'll learn that it's just a document object model. It's an abstract representation of how your web page should look, right? Because it tells you, hey, on top is where your title should be. And then your heading, then your paragraphs, blah, blah, all of that. So the DOM represents the structure of your web page, okay? And then we're going to learn about how changes are applied directly to the DOM. So when you make a change directly to the DOM, it updates right away. Okay, if you change the background from green to red, you save it, it turns red. Okay. And then we're going to learn about how to properly use the DOM API. And yes, once again, manipulating the document object is an API. Okay. If you look in the JavaScript specs, it's not going to say anything about the DOM because the DOM is not part of that. A lot of things that we take for granted are actually just web APIs that are provided to us by the browser, right? Such as like the window object, local storage, session storage, and so on. And talking about DOM and local storage, those we're actually going to cover too. It says using DOM and local storage to persist user sessions. What does that mean? That means, well, if you're ever filling out a form on a page and you accidentally refreshed it, all the info that you filled out might be gone. But we're going to learn how to do it so that even when the user accidentally refreshes the page, all of that information is automatically saved, right? And if you think about it, this is like having your own autosave that's running all the time, which is awesome, right? And then we're also going to learn the differences between local and session storage as well. But one of the most important things I want you to get, besides the DOM in this course, is the event object. Okay? The event object is actually very important. Local storage and session storage are actually just special events from the event object. Okay? They're called storage events. Okay? And thanks to event, we can actually know, like if you have a web page, we know where the user clicked, what element they clicked on, right? And then we can run proper functions depending on where they clicked. And the only way to know where they clicked and stuff like that, or where they dragged and dropped, right, is by using the event object correctly. And that's things like on change, add event listener, on click, and stuff like that. I know you might have heard about these before, but we're going to take a deep dive into what they actually mean and how they work underneath the hood and how everything's connected through the window object, okay? All right, let's get started.